Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special edition of Bedford County Sports Live. I'm here with Mr. Bill Anderson. Bill, it's good to sit down today and have a talk, isn't it?
Championship. Congratulations, Coach Dryden, your staff, those boys. What an outstanding effort. David Thomas, when's the last time you saw a crowd at Central High School like that last night? And it was loud.
I think it was full on both sides,
Yes,
and we
sir.
had standing around the fence,
Like it
which,
used to be.
yep, and it wasn't standing around the fence just to socialize. They were watching a ball game.
And a great ball game it was. Came right out in this ball game. Tullahoma runs the opening kickoff back. We're down 7-0.
Right.
Didn't stop these boys. They come right back. Nice. There was a nice jet sweep there by Stephen Bobo. Got called back on a hold. Rocky Chandler, what can you say about him?
He just decided he wanted to score a touchdown, and he did. They
Hits him
couldn't
right back
catch
in the
him.
mouth. 7-7. We're tied up.
7-7, and we've heard all the last couple of weeks about how good the Tullahoma quarterback was and how they were going to throw the ball on us and how tough their defense was. And hats off, their defense was really good.
They're a good football team.
Yeah, they're a good
and
football
they're very
team.
well coached.
Very well coached. It was a fun game to watch.
I don't think they knew Radon Crenshaw because Radon and that quarterback.
Yeah,
Radon right here at the first of the game, a couple of huge tackles.
Right.
He was dominant. Not just him. I mean, our defense played great.
Yeah, the defensive line played really good, I thought. Our linebackers played solid all night. Our defensive backs they went to a new level last night.
They really did.
They were there breaking up passes. We had a pick six early that made that score 14-7.
Yeah, right before with 122 to go in the first half.
Right, and you had
and William Bobo, boom, he's
broke
gone
on it. He scored when it wasn't no chance of anybody catching him on that.
Before that, the series before that, Rocky Chandler had a huge stop on 4th and 2 with a textbook tackle. That it was just an unbelievable play by Rocky.
Yeah, it looked like the kid had enough room to get the first down, and then from nowhere, Rocky stood in the gap, stood him up, drove him back, and plastered him into the ground.
That was just a huge play.
Yeah.
The physicality was on Shelbyville's side.
Oh, yeah. There's no
Shelbyville was the more physical football team.
So we're 14-7 going into halftime, and we get the ball to start, which was big. But we came out, didn't get a first down, I don't think. We were 3 and out, but our defense basically shut down their offense.
Right back out there, played well. We gave up some runs. I know that Coach Dryden and them wouldn't like at times, but I was surprised the first 3 quarters, and I don't have the stats. I think Tullahoma ran the ball more than we did.
I don't know what.
We gave a lot of different looks in this game. Coach Dryden and his staff, either they were keeping Tullahoma off balance. You had Stephen Bobo in at quarterback a couple times. There was more throws than I thought you would have seen. And Tullahoma sort of went back the other way to me and ran it more than I expected.
I think that's because of the way we shifted our defense.
I think
we
so,
set up to stop their passing game because you had Tyson Dunn go from linebacker to a down lineman, which he hadn't done that all year.
And he played well. Mr. Tyson Dunn played great.
Tyson played a great game in a different position.
I thought in the offensive line, Ian Matusik had a really nice game, and I also thought number 75, Michael Spence, had a good game.
Yes, he did.
Had a really nice game in some spots, as well as all the other guys.
Yeah, Hiles, he played really good. Still has a injured finger, and he came in.
Right.
The whole game.
Absolutely. One of the great plays of the game was a beautiful throw by DeLauder.
Right.
To William Bobo.
Yes.
Right in stride. Boom. Right. 21-7.
Yep. And that right there, they were on the verge of getting knocked out right there. But later, shortly thereafter,
we throw a pick six.
Right. Had a little pressure on him. He threw it. The ball fluttered. And I don't know if
but here's what's special about DeLauder. He throws the pick six, but he doesn't bother him. He comes right back.
Right.
And then he comes right back out. Well, then we stop them again. And then Stephen Bobo muffed a punt.
Yeah.
But he comes right back.
Very next play
on defense, he makes 2 huge
pass
plays.
breaks. He breaks on the ball and knocks the ball away.
And William had several the same way as well. And Threed had a couple, too. Threed had a pick, I think, in the game, too.
Yeah, Threed had a pick.
And that was big. But we weren't giving up anything.
No.
And I think the quarterback got rattled. I don't think they had seen a pass rush like this. And we had not had a pass rush like this since before the bye. Yeah. This was the pass rush earlier in the year.
Yeah, you got to
got us where we were.
You got to look at Tarvis McLean and Radon Crenshaw. Both had some shoulder problems. They
Right.
played through a shoulder separation, both of them, I think is what they said it was.
And William Bailey's obviously got a growing issue, still played, but obviously he's got problems that growing.
Right. It's still giving some
tell.
problems. You can tell he's not quite.
He's not playing hardly at all on defense much.
No. But hats off. I think the coaching staff had a very, very good defensive game plan.
Yeah. And even offensively, they kept him off balance and did different things. And Tullahoma was not going to just come in and stack the box.
No.
They weren't going to do it.
No.
Because we had adjusted. We were ready for that.
We came out right out of the gate, and we had four wides on one side, 4 receivers on one side, and William in that pistol.
Right.
And what's that? You know, they hadn't seen
There was another huge play. It was a 4th and 20, and they were going to throw it up there. And Tyson Dunn goes and gets that sack.
Right. That was a big play in the game. I mean, that was a chance for them to cut the lead from 28-14 to 28-21, and bam.
But then when you get late in the football game,
oh, man.
Who takes over better than Radon Crenshaw?
Right.
Two running touchdowns, won't be denied. No. And he's playing on the other side of the ball.
He's playing at a high level on both sides of the ball.
Both sides of the football.
And Rocky Chandler in the third and fourth quarter had some monster runs.
Monster runs. And played well on defense.
All right, we're calling out a lot of names.
Right.
Okay. And it's evident that it was a team win. There's no question. And so the kids played great together.
Let's not forget the DeLaudard run in the second half.
Big
where it was
run.
a huge run on like a 3rd and 8 or 9. And DeLaudard goes and gets a 12, 14-yard run.
Yeah.
And it was huge.
Big first down right there. It was on 4th and 3 or 4.
Maybe something like that.
4th and 6.
But he got a lot of that yardage on his own.
Yeah, he came up. He made the read to keep the ball and got stopped at the line of scrimmage and fought through it. And then took off down the sideline.
Yes.
It was
a tremendous big play in the ball game by DeLaudard. And so glad for him and his family. They come over here from Tullahoma, and he's been really good for us. He really has.
Yeah, he's been a good leader out there. And now, Bill, after the Crenshaw takes over and we ice the game, one thing that I loved on that last touchdown, we line up to go for our extra point. Snap was bobbled. Stephen Bobo's handling the ball now as a holder, and the ball came to him low. It got away from him. He picks it up, spins around, runs over to the left side, and throws a pass into the corner of the end zone to who? Mr. McBee.
And the only reason it was wrong, he had the wrong jersey number on. Oh, it's good.
He'd been swapping from 44 to 53,
right,
so that he can be eligible as number 44. Right. So he was ineligible. They wiped it off. But that was in the game, 34-14 final score. And after that, Tullahoma kind of threw the towel in and said, we're done.
So the 2 charter buses you came over in, I wonder how that ride was home in them nice charter buses you had.
Well, let's don't give them any bulletin board material for next year.
I just thought that was a little overkill to bring 2 charter buses 15 miles down the road.
It's my understanding there's a lot of signs on the way.
Yeah.
Pep signs all along the highway.
But I will say all my Tullahoma buddies that I talked to today were very humbled. They said they didn't know we had this much speed. I don't know what film they were watching because it's kind of obvious we got plenty of speed.
Yeah.
But the difference in the ball game, boys, was it was your attitude, and it was your physicality. You were more physical than Tullahoma. You listened to your coaches, and my hat's off to your coaches and these kids because you just plain out played them.
And the Eagle Nation showed up.
And the crowd was wonderful. And that was loud in there.
Yeah, it was. Now, next Friday night, we're going to be hosting the Burrows from Hillsboro.
The Burrows,
I've checked them out. They're 5, let's see, I think 6 and 4. 6 and 4.
They got beat last night by Centennial 48-13. Page beat Nolensville. People thought that was going to be a close ball game, 45-14.
Right.
Columbia beat Lincoln County last night, 35-19. Franklin County beat Spring Hill, 39-22. They've only got 3 wins, but David, they're in the playoffs.
I know, it's unbelievable.
They're the 4th seed. And they were 1-6, 1-7 at one point.
Yeah, let me ask you something, Bill. We were looking at the bracket before we came on. There's a lot of teams that make the playoffs. Do you think that's good for high school football or bad for?
No, it's an extra game to get people hurt, and you think it's a gate to it. But maybe 3 could make it. But I like the old days of 2.
Yeah.
But TSSAA is all about money, thinking more games is more money. But the more playoff games you got, the more apt these kids are to get hurt. The more games they're having to play.
Right.
And I don't know how well Hillsborough is going to travel to Shelbyville for a gate anyway. Now, I think we'll come out. But how many people's Hillsborough going to bring in?
Not many.
Not many. Nolensville, Tullahoma, maybe they'll bring
Yeah.
some people. I mean, I don't know that that's a big deal. Franklin County, I mean, them go to Page. It's going to be Franklin County at Page, Columbia at Centennial. The interesting thing here is if Columbia plays well, they can play with Centennial.
Oh, yeah, they can.
Nolensville at Tullahoma, that's going to be tough to beat. I like
Yeah.
Tullahoma in that one.
Yeah, I think
they'll bounce back.
I think they will too. I think they'll make some adjustments, and I hope they do. I
Right.
really do, because we need to see this region do well.
Absolutely.
I know Columbia's got potential. I just don't know from one week to the next which
who
Columbia team is going to show up. If they play like they
barely beat Spring Hill, and then they turn around and pound Lincoln County, and Lincoln County was playing good.
And then, took us to the wire.
Yeah,
I mean,
they did.
That's one of the best teams I think we played all year.
I agree with you.
You look at Marshall County; they've done well. They've been hanging 60 points on people. And you look at Columbia; we beat them by 2 points over there. Not saying we got the best officiated game, but we played hard to win that game. So Columbia has got potential.
Speaking of Marshall County, the last time they lost, and the only time they lost was to Shelbyville.
Yes, sir. They're 9-1.
But tonight,
10-10 and 8-1.
And tonight, they go to Pearl Cone to play the Firebirds.
We'll see what they've got tonight.
Pearl Cone may be one of the better teams in any classification in the state.
All right, so Bill, as you see the brackets, we're going to fight it out with this other region.
Yeah.
So what do you think the chances are that our region has 2 in it after the first round? Do you think we can split 2 and 2?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be Columbia or Tullahoma?
I think it's going to be Tullahoma.
Us and Tullahoma, hopefully.
But I think Columbia can go up there and give Centennial a ball game.
They could possibly,
if they play well, they've got 4 Division I athletes.
They've got some talent. There's no question. It's just a matter of if they can play together. And
because I never really understood how they lost to Tullahoma, but it was my understanding it was 20-14. And Columbia had come back, and they didn't play well early. And Tullahoma's going to do a punt, and they got somebody out here. Nobody covers him.
Yeah.
Tullahoma decides to throw it 80 yards touchdown, and then Columbia just quit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at it, we're paired up with the winner of that game. If we can get through Hillsboro, we take on the winner of the Centennial Columbia game. So we could face Columbia again at home.
The good news is it's at home all the way through. If we keep winning, we're home all the way. And if we could somehow get past this region in the playoffs, the other region to me doesn't look quite as tough as the one we're going at here.
Yeah, I know. To me, it looks really good. So
But it's one game at a time. All the thing I'm worried about is Hillsboro.
Yeah.
Let's just beat Hillsboro.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have our normal show tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about this some more. And I'm sure Kenny Parker will be here and he'll give his take on things.
Charlie Pope, the principal of Central High School, is supposed to be here as well.
Yep.
So I may have a special gift for Charlie Pope.
All right. Well, that sounds good. So you guys tune in tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. For Bedford County Live, our regular show. This is just a special edition. We wanted to talk and give some kudos to the kids. And the coaches and
the crowd and you for coming out.
Yeah, and we got to start getting ready for next Friday night, playoff week. And we'll be back with the
thing
Judge
about
Dryden
playing on
show.
Thursday here was you got an extra day of rest going into the so does Hillsboro, but that's good for some of these injuries we've got to have that extra day.
And it gives a chance to take a look at some of these other teams again, a little bit extra day of studying too for the coaches to take a look at.
And remind everybody about we'll just give that score real quick. Community did get beat by Watertown 63-0. But Cascade's got a big ball game up at Marion County tonight. If y'all want to drive down there to Jasper, I think it is, and take a look at the Cascade champions tonight. Big ball game for them. If they can win, they'll split. That thing will be crazy if they win.
It will. And you should be leaving about right now if you want to get to that
if you want to get there. And also Forest is at Fayetteville, which that has some playoff implications
Fayetteville's coming on strong. So
that one's kind of interesting as well. And the big game in Rutherford County tonight is Riverdale and Oakland.
Wow.
That's always a good one.
Battle of the Borough.
I don't think Riverdale can play with Oakland.
No, I don't think so either. But Oakland's not what they were. They were blowing people out last year. They've had closer games this year. I think they're down a little, but they're up there.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. We're going to be back with the Judge Dryden show on Tuesday. At 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, and we'll have the Jake Tyler show on Monday at 5:30, and then we'll have the community coaches show next Wednesday at 5:30. So we got a lot coming up, guys.
And tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We'll see you then.